Hi, this is chapter 148 of The Flower of Freedom by Deborah J. Reeves. All rights to both the book and this presentation are reserved. Come on in. As long as you brought your good heart and your good intentions, you are also welcome here. Sit in the chair that we've provided or someplace where you're very comfortable, because we hope to give you around 8 minutes of respite in your busy day. We hope to give to you a little kindness, a story, some maybe good ideas to think about. Anyway, here we go. Chapter 148, Fairy Godmothers. They were all grinning at her. Suzette and Michaud clasped hands on the front seat, and Michaud said, "Do you think a person needs a medical degree to be a babysitter?" "What kind of question is that, Michaud?" Marie responded with a bit of exasperation. "Do you think someone needs a medical degree to be a godmother? Maybe we should wait until you graduate." "Too late for that," said Suzette. "Godmother?" Marie whispered, looking at the back of their heads and catching their nodding faces in the rearview mirror. "I think they want an answer to their question, Marie," Philippe, who was sitting directly behind Michaud, added. "Godmother?" said Marie more loudly, and both heads in the front seat nodded. She turned and she looked at Philippe, who also nodded. "Suzette? Really? Suzette? You're pregnant?" Suzette nodded, looking back over her shoulder. "Well, I think it's totally unfair of you to tell me such news. Well, I can't hug you, so I'll just have to say that I love you both. I'm happy for you both. I think that child will be one of the most fortunate children in the world. But I will not answer that question until I'm in a position to hug you both." Philippe laughed aloud at the stubborn face she exhibited. Bertie had described it one night while they were undergrads, trying to fall asleep in their dorm room. But Philippe thought he was making it all up. Now he saw exactly what Bertie described. Bertie called it her Neanderthal face. There it was looking back at him. It was a stubborn, pouting face, with her brows drawn together in a scowl and her lips pursed. Philippe laughed again, and Marie crossed her arms over her chest. Michaud and Suzette simply shrugged, and Michaud said, "Okay, Marie. We'll make it a proper introduction when you're in a position to give us a hug." Michaud kept driving, and Suzette started singing a Beatles song. Minutes went by, and Marie maintained her silence. She was so absorbed in her own thoughts that she barely noticed when Michaud went a different way to the apartment. Before long, the car slowed, and he said, "Better get out here, Philippe. Is this okay? The Champs-Élysées is busy right now." Philippe opened his door, and he grabbed Marie's wrist, pulling her out of the car onto the pavement in front of the Arc de Triomphe. Thank goodness it was a Thursday morning and the traffic was light, or there might have been an accident. This was one of the busiest roads in all of Paris. Marie looked around in confusion. She considered climbing right back into the car, but it began to move the second they were out, and all she could do was wave at its rear bumper. Philippe said, "Have you ever seen the Arc de Triomphe close up?" "No," Marie stammered. "What are we doing here? I didn't think pedestrians were even permitted to be here, Philippe. This doesn't look very safe." And Philippe laughed again, because she was still wearing her Neanderthal face. "You'll be fine. No one's going to arrest you, I promise. Trust me, I have something important to say, and I don't want you to miss it." "I could have listened in the back of the car without all the tourists around. Don't you realize that my Uncle Aki is expecting me? How late are you going to make me?" Philippe laughed aloud, and he said, "If you cooperate, it might take the rest of your life." Marie did not understand that. You're speaking in riddles, Philippe. Can you just get on with whatever you have planned? I'm tired and cranky and I want to get back to the apartment. Uncle Aki will be worried. Marie, will you just relax a moment? You almost spoiled Michaud and Suzette's announcement with your stubbornness, so will you give me a minute, please? That is the end of chapter 148. The next one is called Arc de Triomphe, and it's interesting the way our lives spin off in arcs we just never expected. I remain your friend Deborah, and I'm hoping you'll be back for the next segment. Bye-bye.